Welcome to the Arclight Battery, your power source for all things Warcraft Rumble related. In today's video, I just wanted to talk about PvP, what's good with it, what's bad with it, and what's not working so great. However, before we get started, I just wanted to mention that you've probably already noticed that I sound like I'm getting a cold. Well, that's because I am. So, with that out of the way, I apologize if I'm a little hard to hear, but I'm trying my best and I think it'll be okay. So, let's talk about PvP. I've had a lot of people since the start of the season, which is just 2 days ago, comment on my videos saying, why did nothing reset? What's going on? How do I get more rewards? All of these players are upset and flabbergasted that their ratings didn't reset. Normal players generally only get to 9k PvP rating. And that is because once they break that point, then level caps are no longer in play. So they get to 3,000 honor on a leader, and then all of a sudden they're fighting people with level 8 and 9 and 10 decks, and it's no fun for them, so they stop. And then when PvP resets, they don't get rewards again because only the rewards above 9k honor actually reset. That's really bad for players. That means that probably less than a percent of players are getting more rewards every PvP season. So currently, for the average player, and probably for the majority of players, PvP is not repeatable. That doesn't feel good. It feels like if you have a system that people are supposed to be playing every season, and that's kind of the big thing for the season is PvP resets, and it's time to climb the ladder again. No one's climbing the ladder because there's no rewards to get because they can't push past the 9k honor. Um, and on the topic of rewards, they are absolutely awful. Even if the players could struggle and push past 9k honor, it is not worth doing so. The next, the thing that you don't want to miss out on, if you had a choice, would be the Epic Core, and I believe it's 13,000 honor, right? Because, yeah, I think it's 13,000 honor. Maybe it's 14,000. It might be 14,000. Anyway, it's the Epic Core, and trust me when I say zero free-to-play players are achieving that. Nobody, you have to spend a good amount of money if you want to be able to get to that Epic Core offer. And I think we can go back and look, but I think maybe 20 people out of everybody playing the entire game got it last season. That is ridiculous. There's also an emote that is at 16,000 honor. Once again, there's one at 16,000 honor this season, and guess what? You're not going to get it. Only 5 people in the entirety of the game got the emote last season. I didn't. I don't have the time to push to 16,000 honor when queues above 4,000 honor per leader are an hour long. People are using unconventional methods like boosting, using VPNs to find more players, which I don't think that one's so bad. But boosting to get the emote, which is, you know what? I'm just going to say it. It's completely fine, especially when the emote is so far away from everybody. That is the only way you can get it is by boosting or taking advantage of people using VPNs to play more people and play in quicker queues. It's really unfortunate. Other than the Epic Core and the seasonal emote, the XP tomes and the Arclight energy are negligible. I think it's like 200 something Arclight energy, maybe like 250 on the reward track. And then the tomes aren't even mega tomes. They're like modest and major, which are like drops in the bucket. PvP rewards should be meaningful. I don't think there's a single megatome on the track. There just isn't. And it is crazy to me that rewards cap out at 20k and it's like the top 10 players there were a couple that were close to 20K, and then the rest of us were like 14, 15K. Like, you still have 5,000 more honor to grind to go if you want all the rewards. And I'm not saying you should try and get all the rewards every season, but I do think that if your top 10 players, I think one person last season, maybe two, maybe Fieldsy got it too, but Talad, I believe, is the only player last season to get the full 20K rewards. Shouldn't that tell you that your reward track is too stretched out? Or that PvP is just not being played? It's really rough, especially on the free-to-play players. If I were to fix it, well, I guess here are just my ideas for things that I would absolutely do if I were in charge, or had any sort of influence. First, I would change it to where leaders are capped at 7, or rather army levels are capped at 7 until you get to 4,000 honor, maybe even a little higher, because people want to play your game. You should let them play your game. Currently, they're not able to. I would reset all PvP rewards. I don't think that's that egregious. Like, no one's abusing all of your rewards that you're getting on the low end of that track. They're all minor tomes. And sure, there's a little bit of gold down there, but that's the best thing. And, like, who cares if someone gets an extra 2,000 gold at the start of a season? Why would that matter? New players would love that. That would help them catch up to where people are actually trying to play PvP at. It would help them to break past that level gap. I would also squish the reward track. There's absolutely no reason you should have to play hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of games to get the top rewards. Sure, I think there should be incentive to play that many games. Maybe not for everybody, but imagine if the reward track was like, it stopped at like 15K or maybe even 12K or something like that. That would be awesome. That would be so cool. Then players could actually feel like they're achieving something by getting all of the rewards or close to it. And then you should have a leaderboard where players get rewarded for being, like, just like all other mobile games that have a leaderboard. First place gets something, then second and third get something, and then it's like 4th through 10th, and then 10th or 11th through 50 or whatever. It's just like a bracket of honor rating that get different rewards at the end of a season. There should be end of season rewards, not just what's on the track. Yeah, currently it just feels awful to play, and like, I'm playing in the high ELO. Like, obviously I've invested the money to play. I'm enjoying PvP. I think PvP is fun. I just wish there were more players enjoying it, and I wish the rewards were better, because right now they just don't seem like they incentivize anybody to play. It's really rather unfortunate. I wish that Blizzard would do something about it. Currently, it doesn't seem like there are any plans for that to happen. So far in the life of this game, since beta, Blizzard has been really slow to make changes, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I just wish that big issues like this would get fixed, because it really is a big issue. Like, so many people have just reached out to me wondering when PvP is going to get changed, and all I can say is I don't know, but fingers crossed it gets fixed soon, because even the people playing on the top end recognize there's an issue. So that should tell you something. When the bottom portion, and it's not even the bottom portion, it's like 90% of players, 95% of players are playing PvP and expressing that there is a problem, and then your top 5% of players are also playing PvP and also expressing that there is a problem, then it feels like, there's a problem. Like I said, I gave you the ways I would fix it. I think it's kind of a rough system currently. It needs to be fine-tuned quite a bit, or maybe just redesigned in general. But, I'm not a developer. I also think that balance changes need to happen. I understand that Blizzard doesn't want to nerf things because, um, you don't want to take someone, especially in a mobile game, you don't want to take someone's monetary investment and then just ruin it all. Um, but it also shouldn't dissuade you from balancing it in a way that would fix that. So, like, you don't have to nerf the good things into the ground. You could buff the bad things to like add some variety into the game because currently there is not that much variety. There are, oh, I mean, it's only a couple days into the new season, two to be exact, and we have a couple of really good decks, but all of the units are the same. Like Safe Pilot is still good, Quillbore is still good. Blizzard got better, but it was already pretty good. Dark Iron Miner, Griffin Rider, Huntress, Baron is still probably the top hero. Jaina got really good because of how small this map is, but she was already pretty decent. She wasn't bad. She was getting played in really high ELOs. I I just wish that Blizzard would look at PvP and kind of be like, huh, all these things are the same, even when the map changes, even when the towers change. Like Dragon Towers, I've already ranted about. I don't need to talk about those that much more. But I mean, it's just the same. The good units are good, the bad units are bad. Let's get something in here that changes it up a little bit. But that's just my opinion. Um, Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really hope that Blizzard does something soon to help PvP a little bit. It is just the second season, and it's the beginning of it. So maybe it's too soon to expect Blizzard to do something. However, I really think that they should probably fix it sooner rather than later, or all of their players will probably stop playing, which is unfortunate because there are a lot of people that really like this game, and PvP is just the one downside. But when PvP is the thing you're looking forward to, because PvE has a finite cap, you can't go further than the campaign allows, then what's left to do? PvP. So I really hope something changes, and those are my thoughts and opinions. So thank you very much for watching, even though I sound awful and I have a cold. But I appreciate you being here nonetheless. And until next time, bye.